I'm Billi Jo Thomas, and I have been with NTCC employed here since 2007. Well, whenever I was in high school, my best friend and I decided that we wanted to graduate a year early. So I was 15 years old, and we came to school here one summer to take a class that we needed in order to be able to graduate early the next year. And so just through my experience with that and, how everybody just kind of welcomed you in here, I kind of thought about that. And I thought I wanted to go off to college as soon as I got out of high school. And my grandparents were the ones paying, and they had a different idea for me. They just told me, hey, I think you need to wait a little bit, go out there. And so I came to school here right out of high school, and then eventually transferred on and went to commerce. But then after I graduated, I was kind of like, I don't really know what's out there, but I think I'd like to be a part of that place again. So I just looked it up to see what was available, and there was a communities and schools coordinator position available. So I applied, and here I am, still here 18 years later. So lots of physical changes, I guess. It looks different, that kind of thing. But I do feel like the whole family environment, or putting, the people first, has always really been the underlying theme, and what you feel when you're here. So I don't know. I don't know what I would say. Maybe the people change, but the whole feeling of it still stays the same. I think kind of just that, I started here that many years ago, fresh out of college, and thinking kind of that might be what I would do forever. And then I think just the whole personal growth after being in the role for a little while, and then taking on a little bit more each time, being a trainer for new employees that came in, and then being a program director for the program, and then eventually now being executive director and associate dean of outreach. I think it's just kind of the whole starting from the bottom type situation that really kind of stands out to me. Just kind of building on that, I think, not really knowing who you are when you first get out of school, and then going into a job that you feel like is, hey, I'm just going to do this because I'm going to get paid for it, but then realizing that it's really a calling on your life. Like, you don't do this work for communities and schools for the money. Nobody does it for the money. It's about helping kids. It's about helping other people that you see yourself in when you were that age to be successful, to go on to graduate high school, and then be just productive members out in society. So Communities and Schools is a nationally accredited dropout prevention program. So we work with students from kindergarten through 12th grade in order to be able to help them remove any barriers that keeps them from being successful in school. So the mission of Communities and Schools is to empower students to stay in school and achieve in life. So really, we are just caring adults out there on school campuses that help make sure that kids have what they need to be successful in school, to continue into school and not drop out, in order so they can go to college, so they can go into the workforce, so they can go into a training program or go to the Army or anything like that. So I would have to say the people. The people are what make the place, and I don't think that you do a job for 18 years if you don't like the people that you're working with. So I do think that my favorite thing about NTCC is the people. So whenever I first started with Communities and Schools, I think we may have been on about 15 to 20 school campuses throughout the area, and serving about 1,500 students. And now we are on 45 school campuses and serving over 3,800 case managed students and around 18,000 students overall. So There are many students that we have helped throughout the program that never thought they would ever be able to go to college or to graduate high school, that have gone on and done that, and then ended up being recognized in their communities for being principal of the year, or there are a couple of different ones that have gone on to win some really neat awards, in other communities, or accolades that they have done throughout their school careers. So I don't know that I could pick out just one, but very, very rewarding to have students come back later in their lives. They may be 25 years old and recognize you in town somewhere shopping, and they will come up and say, "Hey, did you know that you helped me this many years ago, or whenever I was in school in third grade or fourth grade, something like that. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have anything, or we wouldn't have finished school, or me and my brothers and sisters wouldn't have been able to eat, or my parents wouldn't have been able to have jobs, things like that." Those are the things that we do, and that's what makes it worth it. We just most recently, in the last 5 years, added a couple of school campuses. So future planning going forward, I think, would be sustaining all the campuses that we have out there, but then maybe moving into some new areas, or moving back into areas that we used to serve that we currently are not, because they had funding cuts, a few years back, and we had to cut those programs. So I think future plans would be able to help all the students that we can, but definitely just really servicing all of those campuses that are right here in our college service area, for sure. Going back into some of those that we haven't been in a few years. So happy 40th anniversary, NTCC.